Hi, welcome back to the Dally Diaries. Kristel with you. I hope that you've had a wonderful Christmas period, and if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you've just had a wonderful few days. I wanted today to do just like a get ready with me kind of video, and really one of my chatty ones. I just want to chat with you because I feel like the Christmas period can really be quite emotional for some people, and I am one of those people. So I just wanted to have a chat, check in. We're going to put on some new makeup. Some things that I've ordered in Black Friday sales have finally arrived. So we're going to try the Haus Labs foundation. I've got a couple of the, what are these called? Bio Radiant Gel Powder Highlighters from Haus Labs as well. So we're going to try these out. Gosh, they're so pretty to look at. Look at that, oh my goodness. And I've got blushes, I've got some Charlotte Tilbury. Yeah, we're just gonna sit down, we're gonna relax, we're gonna do some makeup, we're gonna have a chat. If that sounds good, just stay right there and let's get into it. Before we push forward, I'm so psyched about this shirt. Isn't it so pretty? I got it for $12 from the Salvo store, which is, if you're not in Australia, a charity secondhand store, and I always donate to the Salvation Army at Christmas time as well. But I went in there and I bought a couple of tops, and this was a Seed Heritage shirt that in Australia is quite an expensive brand to buy their clothes, and I paid 12 bucks for it, so bargain. Also, look at these stunning earrings I got for Christmas. Aren't they just absolutely beautiful? When they catch the light, I'm just, it's everything. So yes, very lucky girl. All right, let's try out this Haus Labs foundation. I'm not going to bother putting primer on today. Hey, Bills. Poor Billy's had allergies. My cavoodle, it's been a little bit rough for him, but he's with me now. So yeah, I'm not going to bother with a primer. I'm not going anywhere today. In fact, after this, I'm going to start packing my bags because I'm going camping tomorrow. Yeah, so this is the shade. It's the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation in shade 110 Light Neutral. And I actually got a new brush from Sigma that I'm going to use to apply it. This is the Sigma Multitasker F47. What are you doing in the blinds, Bills? I might just clip my fringe out of the way so it doesn't get messy. And yeah, I've definitely got to say I've been feeling quite emotional ever since Christmas. There's been a lot kind of going on, I guess you could say. Also, just before Christmas, I saw my ex for the first time in over a year, and we were together 5 years, and it was very complex. And anyway, I was with a girlfriend, and he was there with his dad, and who I assume is his new girlfriend. And he saw me long before I saw him, and then chose to pretend he hadn't seen me. So 5 years of my life. But you know what? It was kind of therapeutic for me for that to happen, because I feel like since then, I'm like, you know what? If that's the decision you've made, then so be it. And I am not gonna continue to spend my time being sad and missing him, because he's fine. But anyway, so I think it's really hard for a lot of single people at Christmas time, because obviously, and here's the thing, I love Christmas so much. I love it. I watch all the movies. I listen to all the music. I decorate everything. I love Christmas. It makes me happy. There's that magic in the air. There's that hope that maybe people are going to be just that little bit kinder and nicer, and you know what? Maybe some kind of miracle will happen. But, you know, in all of that, for instance, watching Christmas movies, in every Christmas movie, everyone finds the love of their life, or they have the love of their life. Actually, one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies is Last Christmas, which is such an awesome British Christmas film. If you haven't seen it and you want to watch something with a bit of heart to it, and it's, you know, funny and smart as well, it's a really great movie. And in that one, I won't give away the ending, but there's a reason why it's special. But yeah, I think especially as you're older and you're single, so I am, you know, at the age where all of my friends have partners, and most of them are pregnant or have just had a baby. And so I am not living the conventional life. And I never really have. And I never really wanted to live a conventional life. I think it was just never going to be for me. It was never in my makeup to do that. Excuse the pun. I'm liking this foundation, by the way. I did try a sample of this when I was overseas in the middle of 2024, which we may or may not still be in as I post this video. But yeah, I just finally decided, because they had the Black Friday sale, to pick it up, have it in my arsenal. Yeah, so anyway, I think at Christmas time, it's really easy if you're a single person to feel a bit alone and emotional. And I think that's perfectly normal. So if you have felt that way, if you feel mildly conflicted by Christmas, like I do, like I love it so much, but I always get really emotional at the same time, I think that's totally fair and totally fine. And just, you know, give yourself the grace and compassion to know that it's okay to feel that way, I think is really important. That's what I'm trying to do at the moment. But yeah, it's not always easy. So there's not just that though, like also my workplace is an absolute nightmare at the moment because everyone's being made redundant. The industry is disintegrating around us, and we're pouring a lot of money into a show that hasn't been proving to be very popular or successful in the markets that they're trying to put it into at the moment. And because they're spending so much money on that, there is no money left over for basically everyone else in the company. I work in radio, by the way. Right now, I am trying a new powder that I bought just because it was on sale and I felt like it because I'd left my other powder at work. This is the Rimmel London Kind and Free powder. I read good things about it when I Googled it. It is 020 Light. So it just looks like that. There's no mirror in the lid or anything either. Yes, so things have been not so great work-wise because of the situation that my company is in. And honestly, it's a bit of, it is really quite concerning because a lot of people have lost their jobs. And I normally work as an announcer and I panel networked shows, which means that I edit and put to air shows from interstate that then go out across Australia on different radio stations. And so as far as I'm aware, I will still be doing the paneling aspect of my job next year, but I also normally do announcing shifts on weekends and often in holidays, so like over the Christmas period. However, they've decided that they will not be paying announcers to do weekend shifts anymore. They're going to make the people that are there every day squeeze them into their work week instead. There will be one live shift, which will be on a Saturday, but there are obviously a few of us announcers, so that will have to be rotated and I might be on air once a month. And so that's been really hard to deal with as well because I've worked in radio for nearly 10 years now and I'm good at it. There are many things I'm not good at in this world, but being a radio announcer, I am good at. So it's been really hard for me to not know when I'm going to be on air again. I told you I was emotional. Hold that thought for a sec. Okay, sorry about that. While I was gone then, I just did my eyebrows. So I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eyebrow Duo in Auburn. And it's been very good. Now, in case you think I'm exaggerating when I say that these people in my company are getting paid a lot of money, they are famously on a contract of $200 million. So they're getting $10 million a year. And 8 people in my company were made redundant in the last few weeks and at stations all over Australia. And it's just really hard to fathom how that works when really good, talented people that have been with the company for 30 years or more are unfortunately being made redundant. It's just hard. It's difficult to understand. So anyway, that is what's happening with my work. I really hope that I will be able to be on air again. And I'm sure I will. But the problem is in this industry, there aren't Like, you know, when I was a bartender and if I left a bar, I could go work in another one of like 500,000 bars across the world. Radio is not the same. There are very limited numbers of radio announcing jobs in Australia, and in Adelaide, they're getting fewer and fewer because everything is being networked from interstate, which is really frustrating. Because the thing that I feel like we have that's different from podcasting and streaming music services is that we can be live and local, and that's the thing that we're throwing away, and it just doesn't make any sense to me because I feel like we're running ourselves into the ground. But anyway, enough work shock. So that has been a little emotional. I had my last on-air shift for the time being today. Yeah, so there's that. And I am certainly not trying to make anyone feel gloomy or bring anyone down. But I feel like I've always been very open and honest on my channel, and I want to continue to be that way. And I think I'm not the only person who is feeling a little emotional right now. I mean, we all have different things going on, but Christmas can be a really hard time for a lot of people. My brother died when I was a kid, so it's just my parents and I, and yeah, it brings up a lot of emotion. Anyway, I'm just going in with this new Sigma brush, which is the Contour Blush Brush, which I'm quite enjoying for the cream products. And that was product that I would have talked about in my favorites, which is the MCO Beauty Instant Contour Cream Bronzer in light medium. So I've just got a bit of that on. Okay. And I'm just gonna zoom you in, I think, for the next bit of this video, because we're gonna get in, start doing the eyes and stuff. Okie dokie. Now, I really am having a struggle deciding which way I want to go with my makeup today, because I got a couple of new things for Christmas. I got 2 of these Pillow Talk Hypnotizing Pop Shots. Well, granted, I gave myself one, but I did get one as a present. I just think the packaging is absolutely stunning. These were on sale as well. Charlotte Tilbury, I think, had 40% off. So I finally bit the bullet after looking at them for a while, but being like, too expensive. So I got the 2 shades. I got the Ultraviolet, which is so, so beautiful. So, so beautiful. And then this shade, which is Pillow Talk Diamonds, Diamond Dimension, which is also stunning. I also got 2 different shades in the Haus Labs highlighter. So I've got the shade Pink Amethyst, which is this stunner here, and Fire Opal. Oh my gosh, these look outrageously cool, don't they? I just like staring at them in the pan. So, oh, and I do actually also have a new lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. I picked up one of the Hyaluronic Happikiss lip products in the shade Romance Kiss, which is a real, like, quite bright pinky peachy color. So I could go in with the more orangey of the 2 and save the ultraviolet for next time, and we'll do a really pretty pink look. Because I also have this blush from Benefit that I think I would like to use, and that is the Butterfly blush. So, okay. All right, I think we're gonna do that. Is that boring though? No, of course it's not. Okay, so what I think I want to do is, I think I'm going to take my Mecca Max Zoom Shadow Stick in Terracotta. I might lay that down as a bit of a base. Whew. Okay, so I have been really grateful for the fact that I am going to uni next year, because obviously with everything that's been going on with my work, it's been really awesome to know that I have something that I can focus on and a whole new direction in life potentially. Although I really will miss radio, because the arts have been my life. I have sung and danced since I was like 3 years old. I've been in a million bands. I've been on the Australian drill dance team, so I've danced internationally in competitions several times. music, I mean, music is everything to me. And so it kind of made sense to work in radio as well, because I love acting and I do theatre and stuff like that. It was just a really natural fit for me. I like talking to people. And it's been a bit of a dream. I got into it quite late, but it all happened really quickly. So I studied part-time at radio school, and then literally 2 weeks after I finished, I had a job interview for a job that was going in a different state in Australia, and then I got it, and that was it. I was off and running in radio, and I've been really lucky to have been in it. The frustrating part is you work your absolute arse off, excuse my language, when you first get into radio, usually because you work in a regional station. So I did a job where I was on air every morning for breakfast, and then I had weekend shifts as well, and I also wrote all of the copy, so all of the commercials for our station and our sister station. So there was a lot, and you work crazy long intense hours, and it's really hard work. And I did that for 4.5 years, and then I was able to, when I had to quit because of my health and having multiple surgeries for endo, I didn't know if I'd work in radio again, but then I was lucky enough to work at 2 capital city stations in Adelaide. And yeah, it's crazy. It's been a journey. Okay, so that's on. I think what I want to do is actually use this in a couple of places. So I don't know how this is going to go. We'll put this Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Diamonds Dimension. My brain is mush, honestly. So I'm just going to take that with my finger, pop a bit in the center of my lid here, which is quite pretty actually. That looks nice together. Wasn't sure how that was going to go, but I'm very pleasantly surprised. That looks really cool over the terracotta. So with all of that being said, I have decided to try really hard to make 2025 a year for really living. I mean, I will be starting it off with surgery in February, so I'll put a dent in it. But, you know, I'm starting a new life with uni. And I'm really hoping to focus on myself and my own happiness, and try and I go through phases, right? So most of the time I'm quite happy being single, but I think, see, this is the thing, right? When I was in my 20s, I loved being single. I loved it so much because I had amazing friends and they were always, you know, available. Like, we would just call each other on the day and be like, what are you doing? Let's do something fun. But it's not like that as you get older and all your friends get into relationships. So if I still had the same setup with my friends that I had when I was young and single, I would be perfectly happy being single for the rest of my life if I had that same social frame. And don't get me wrong, I have such beautiful friends. They are so lovely, but we're just at different points in our life. And I feel like I've always kind of been at a bit of a different point to a lot of people in my life choices. And I've done a lot of traveling, and that's always been my passion, and the arts industry, and yeah, just not conventional choices, I guess. I went to a baby shower the other day and I was the only single woman without kids. But you know what? They spend half the time whinging about their partners. So I was like, yeah, it's okay. But I want to really hopefully spend most of 2025 feeling really comfortable in my skin. And if I have this hysterectomy in February, feeling okay about my decision. It may just be an excision surgery. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, there's just a lot going on. Okay, I think we're going to take this Fire Opal shade and actually, scratch that. We're going to take the pink Amethyst shade. Might as well see if I can use these both. And I'm going to use it on my eyes. I'm just kind of layering that a little bit. Oh, that looks really pretty. Ooh, I recommend. So yeah, just making 2025 a year of really good vibes, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my skin, and I so want to try and be more confident and comfortable in my s just embrace the person that I am and embrace where I am at life and be accepting of the fact that we all have different journeys, and that's okay. And I need to remind myself that if I had settled with any of my exes, I would have been miserable. Like, I've dated some really bad people. My first boyfriend was lovely and my ex was lovely. He just had a lot of issues and there were a lot of reasons why I couldn't continue down that road without change. But I've dated some real nasty pieces of work and I wouldn't have been happy if I'd settled. So, you know, I'm better off living my own life and being happy. And now I can focus on following my other passions with history and archaeology and languages. And there's a lot to be excited about in 2025. But I also want to remind myself that it's okay to feel sad sometimes and to feel like you don't have it together and everyone else does. I'm just going to go and line my lower lash with the Busy Art Intense Gold eyeliner. And you know what? It's funny because the longer I'm single, the higher my standards are becoming. Like, I've now decided that I don't want to just date a guy who's like accepting of, you know, my views on feminism and human rights and all those sorts of things. I want to date a guy who is going to come with me to a feminist rally. I want to date a guy who will talk to his friends about how violence against women is not okay. I want someone who has incredible morals and integrity and ethics, and, you know, we can support each other. I want to date someone who's truly special. And if he's not, then he's not for me. And maybe he's not out there, but maybe he is. And maybe I will meet him sometime. Hopefully he's tall, dark, handsome, maybe Spanish or Greek, Italian, not sure. Okay, so I'm really enjoying how that's looking. I think that's really pretty. So let's go in, I think in the inner corner, I want to use my Nakia Joy pigment in the shade Sugar Kiss. They're the Chroma Shift pigments, and I really love wearing these just as a tiny little bit in my inner corner. I don't usually bother with glitter glue for these, but I just have this in front of me, so I might as well use it. The Glitter Fixer Gel in Barium, like it's a shade. The brand is Barium. It was just a cheapie that I got when my NYX one, the nozzle broke off, which apparently is quite common. Very annoying. So let's pop that in there. This sugar. Why can't I speak today? Maybe this is why I'm getting less on-air shifts. No, it's the funny thing is it's absolutely not based on your qualifications or how good you are at the job. It's because I'm a casual. Oh my gosh, that's so stunning. Ah, it's so pretty. These Chroma Shift pigments are glorious from Nakia Joy. Definitely my favorite thing from her makeup line. She's another Aussie YouTuber. Much bigger than I am. Beautiful. It's so beautiful. This is why I love that so much. It's got pink and gold and orange, and it's just stunning, depending on which way the light hits it. Let's put some eyeliner on the top. Do we want to really go proper fiery? Well, what I'll do is I'll line my inner lash line, upper lash line with my MAC Nudge Nudge Ink Color Excess pencil. Another one of my favorites. Bit of definition there. And then what I could do is really amp up the orange in this look and make it even more dramatic. I mean, it's not dramatic at the moment, but once we get the highlighter and the blush on. Yeah, I might add my glossier eyeliner in Kiln. Just smudge out this first. Okay. So anyway, enough about me. Have you got any, I wouldn't say resolutions because I don't really necessarily do New Year's resolutions, but do you have any aspirations for next year or this year, depending on when this is going up for 2025? Is there anything you've got your heart set on that you would like to achieve, or yeah, whatever it is? I really want to volunteer somewhere if I'm feeling well enough and I have the time and energy after when I start uni, because I will still be hopefully working a little bit. All right, this is the number 1 eye pencil from Glossier in Kiln, and it is intensely pigmented. I hope you all had beautiful Christmases. I hope you got to be with people you love. I'm very lucky. I talk about being emotional and stuff, but my parents and I are very close. They're very good people. Incredibly supportive of me with all of my health issues. I really should have sharpened this pencil, and yet here we are. I did not. So we'll see if we can salvage this blobby mess that I've made. It's my own fault. I even have an amazing Glossier eye pencil sharpener. So yeah, I love the time I spend with my parents at Christmas time. And Billy Bowie had an absolute ball. He enjoyed opening his presents. He loved helping me unwrap my presents too. It's very, very helpful like that. All right, I've definitely made a little bit more of a mess than I was hoping to. But quite frankly, at this point, I'm just not that concerned if it's not perfect, because I'm not going anywhere. Just gotta pack my stuff for camping. And normally I have a girlfriend come with me, but she's working, so she can't come this year. So it'll just be me, Billy, and my parents will be in their caravan. I'll take my tent. So it'll be quite chill. I am not a huge New Year's person. I used to work every New Year's Eve. I would either be singing in a band, dancing for a go-go, like a 60s band in a cage in my tall boots and my go-go wig. Yeah, so, and that was always, honestly, my ideal way to spend a New Year's Eve was working, because I was usually doing it with my girlfriends in some capacity. Yeah, so when I'm not working, I usually don't really do much. I just keep it real low-key. So where I go camping is, well, at Christmas time, is Victor Harbour on the Fleurier Peninsula in South Australia, and it's really nice down there. It's super windy though usually, which is annoying. But it's on the beachfront. I will be taking a heater to plug in to my tent, because even though it's summer, it's actually cold today. I don't know what's going on with this weather. It's very strange. Usually it kind of gets hot for January, February, and then even kind of early March. Okay, so this is just my opening act Lush primer. Have you bought anything in the Boxing Day sales? I placed an order for some Eco Tan. I'm not a big self-tanner, mainly because I'm incredibly lazy about that. I barely moisturize my body lately. I don't know what's happened to me. Going in with the Tarte XL tubing mascara. But I did order, I love their face tan water. So Eco Tan is an Australian brand and it is organic. And the face tanning water is just gorgeous. It's so subtle. What is wrong with me? It's so subtle, but it just makes my skin look so glowy and nice when I use it. And I also ordered their gradual everyday moisturizer with a bit of tanning stuff in it, and one of their tanning lotions, because they don't have sales often at all. And I haven't bought any for 2 years, so I thought it was probably time to replenish. Actually, I think I've had my Eco Tan face water for about 5 years and I've only just got to the end of it. So it's definitely worth the money. Sorry, I just realized I've got the mirror right in the camera for you there. So I ordered that, and I think I'll order my Alpha H Midnight Reboot Serum. They've got just the 10ml bottle on special, so I like to use that a couple of times a week for the last couple of years, so I might get that. Although they do have sales, or it's on sale at like Adore Beauty or somewhere else quite regularly. So I'm not sure. Other than that, I did order, against my better judgment because it's expensive, I ordered a Beautylish Lucky Bag because I ordered it last year and I really had fun finding out what was in it. And there was some really good things inside it. So hopefully I get lucky again this year. Ha ha ha. All right, I'm just gonna finish my mascara off. and give my camera a break because it's overheating. Okay, I'm back. I've got my mascara on, and it's funny because I've got the comparison video, you may have watched it, where I compare the Tarte XL against the normal original Tartelette Tubing mascara, and a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but a few people are like, oh, I prefer the original one because the other one looks a bit clumpy. And it's funny because I don't mind a bit of clump. It makes me feel kind of rock and roll. I guess it just brings back Courtney Love and all those kind of rock chicks. So for me, I don't mind a bit of clump. I kind of like it. But also, I should buy a new one at some point. Okay, let's do blush and highlight. I'm gonna first do the highlight. So this is the Fire Opal highlight from Haus Labs. That's what we're dealing with. Quite gorgeous, may I say. And to apply it, I'm gonna use the Mega Max highlight hitter brush. I want this to be quite intense. We're going for a bit of drama with this. Oh yes, okay. Mission accomplished. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Check that out. And before I came in here, I did actually compare this highlighter and the other highlighter to some of the ones I already have, like some from Lethal Cosmetics from the Avatar collection and some from Artitude Cosmetics, which I love, but there are none that are the same as this. This one has much more pigment to it, so it'd be so good on a dark skin tone, but I also like it for drama on my skin tone. And for me, it's kind of like a blush highlighter combo because obviously it's darker than my skin tone. But wow, look at that. That's really something. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, next we're gonna go in with the Benefit Blood of oh my God, seriously, someone just put me down. Words. This is, I'm really obsessed with this at the moment. I know it's not new, but I've just really, sort of the plastic in so many of my makeup products. There we go. I really, really like this blush. I've been eyeing it off for ages and I finally picked it up and I'm into it. Just gonna apply it with the e.l.f. Putty Blush brush. I've just tapped off some of the excess. I think this will be a really nice combo. And I think I was right. That works a treat. Also, the Vive Skin Dew would look really nice as a highlighter with this. I didn't bring it with me. Okay, so blush is on. Should I go get the highlighter? I think we can safely take this fringe situation out now. Oh my gosh, that's looking really cool. Okay, I just put my moles back in while I was gone. And now let's pop some Skin Dew on because I grabbed it while I was there. Vive Skin Dew, love this so much. I think, yeah, be the perfect highlighter for this. Oh, it is, it's perfect. I knew buying these highlighters that they would be darker than my skin tone, and I was fine with that because I wanted to use them kind of as a, more of a hybrid blush highlighter, you know, blush topper. Perfect. Okay, let's do lips. Wrap this thing up before I fall apart in front of your very eyes. No, I really, like I said, I really didn't want this to be, I didn't want to bring anyone down, but I've always been really honest and open about my mental health and my journey as a, you know, single woman who probably is not having kids, who is unable to have kids. And yeah, I felt it was important to keep talking about where I'm at, and so that if you're feeling similar, you know that you're not alone. All right, I'm gonna take the Hyaluronic Happikiss from Charlotte in the shade Romance Kiss. Also, I got this lipstick from Haus Labs. I think it was a gift with purchase, and I really like it. I like the shape of it too. It's like a lipstick crayon. I'm into it. The shade's a matte red shade, and it's really nice. Scarlet matte. So that's definitely, wouldn't mind exploring some of their other colors if they have another sale sometime. Okay, I'm not gonna bother with a lip liner. Just get in and get it on. And I'd never swatched this lipstick either, so I was just taking a guess. that I would like it. And I do. Well, that is the finished look. I definitely have a Billy Bowie grow hair. My nose. It's because I'm always snuggling into him. That's the finished look. Let's zoom you out. I like it. I think it's nice. I like, yeah, everything that I used today. It looks really cool. And just the way that the light hits both the eye products and the cheek products. Oh man, might need to go out now. Pop out to the grocery store at least. Let someone see this. Okay, look, thank you so much for being with me today. And thank you so much for being with me for the long haul. A lot of you have been here for over a year now, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I love talking with you. I think you guys are so kind, and I feel lucky. I feel lucky to have you here on this crazy journey of life and makeup and everything else in between. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I would love you to do that. I promise I don't cry in every video, only like every second one. So, and yeah, I'd love to see you again soon. We'll definitely have to have a play with some of the more pinky toned makeup that I picked up, and I'll definitely do a video where I use this little gem from Charlotte Tilbury because I think it's so pretty. Seriously, this packaging is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much once again for being here. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and that's it. Yeah. All right, cool. Take care. Enjoy your day or night wherever you are in the world. Much love. Bye.